I just happen to know of some of the activities that they have had at the Y. I've, had been invited to so many, and they have reached out to a population in this community that could not afford some other activities. But at the Y, they had a chance to come there and take part in different activities. The activities they had for children. I remember going there with a teenage group and speaking with them. They had I've forgotten what name they were now, I've forgotten, but somewhere in the archives you can find it. And those young people came there because there was a worker there who worked with them and had activities for them and that type of thing. So the place, when it decided to combine, didn't just say we're going to combine, but it seems to me, because I don't know what they did over there before it combined, but certainly I do know this, that when it did combine, it provided activities for all of this mixed population that they were getting. The YMCA is a safe haven for our youth. It was when it was combined, it offered that, and it offers that today. They've been very generous in offering a scholarship fee or whatever you want to call it, so that kids whose parents don't have the means can get in there and take care of their activities. You take the pool that they have there. Now, it works with the medical profession. I happened to have been a part of that, with a knee, going into the warm water early in the morning just to walk, not to swim, but to walk in that water because of the force against the knee. So the facilities that they had for women at the YMCA, the locker rooms and whatnot, all of that they added, which again comes back to what I was saying to you before, that they have provided activities for the total population. They've offered places for youth groups to meet and entertain whatever they wanted to do there. I know that because I've been there. I've seen it. I've seen them jazz up the place for the activities that they were sponsoring, which I'm sure added to the expense of what they were doing, but nevertheless they felt that was necessary to enhance the beauty or the quality of what they were presenting. So I can't find anything to say about the YMCA that does not add to the image that we wanted here in this community for people to do things together. Not one group here and another group there, but to do things together. And, I can remember when I first was principal of Haven, the 8th grade party at the end of the year was given at the Y. And I attended the very first one that they had, and they had it organized. One side of the building the kids could go in. They had their rules and regulations that they had to adhere to. And I thought that was a wonderful accommodation for the school. We didn't continue to do that because we could do it, I thought, at the school. But they did offer that. Now, there may be other schools that had their dances there, too. I don't know. Now, the other factor, too, about it is that you have some workers over there who are very happy to work with children who are, I'll say, they're off track. And which is, of course, is a major focus of theirs, which, again, is good. The fact that it has a place for people to live, to sleep at a minimum fee is good. A place for people to get something to eat is good. All of that is good, and in keeping with what I think this benevolent community is all about, and that's helping people who are not as fortunate as others. Yet, on the other hand, I don't want to give the impression now that the YMCA was a place for people of lesser means. That is not what I mean to say at all. All I'm trying to say is that the YMCA provided activities for people across the spectrum. You could be as rich as Rockefeller, doesn't keep you from playing that fee and going swimming in that pool. You could be as poor as Job's turkey, and if money was available for the way that they do it, that person could use that pool too. Oh, one thing we haven't mentioned, and I think it's worth mentioning, is that I've seen this myself, that staff at the YMCA reached out in the community and became viable members of different organizations. They just didn't live alone over there at the Y, but they joined other organizations within the city. And so they were not in isolation. They knew what was going on. And they also gave some attention to the Y, the mere fact that the workers there were active in other activities in the community. Do you realize that they built a new swimming pool? They have a big parking area. They spruced up the place. They've had very unique ways of raising funds, and they've been pretty successful at that, I think, over quite a few years now. And not that I think that they don't need to raise more. I'm not saying that. But they have involved the total community in helping them to raise funds for whatever it is, programs that they wanted to have. And they've done a wonderful job, probably in telling the story. If I had to tell the story of the Y, I guess I would probably start back with what was the budget of the Y for activities for people, not the budget for lights and gas and all that, but the budget just to offer activities for people starting back. Let's not go back 100 years. Let's just go back 50 years and look at how much they have given to activities for the citizens of Evanston, and I probably would be very surprised. I don't know what it is, but I know that their activities have increased. I think they have not lost sight of their mission. I think they've magnified their mission in keeping with the times, the eras through which they have come. So that's what I would see as strong. They should stay the course and continue to respond to the newer things that come into our society that would require their attention, and they're providing activities for the community. Now, I think you understand what I mean by that. There was I'll give you an example of what I mean. There was a time years ago when we didn't have some of the activities that we have now because we didn't need them for the population. We didn't need martial arts because we weren't all involved with martial arts. We didn't need cricket. Now we have a big population of people who play cricket. Well, the way I see it is that as long as the YMCA keeps its eyes open for the newer things in our society and then try to provide activities through which people, within the keeping of their mission, can come there and participate in those things, they will survive way down the centuries. Like they'll be longer than the Statue of Liberty.